Welcome to section 1.5 in your textbooks. Today we're going to be working on something called the slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form can be written as y equals mx plus b. In slope-intercept form, your m value represents your slope and your b value represents your y-intercept. Your y-intercept is where your graph crosses the y-axis. So in this case, this here will be your y-intercept. Some of you may remember how to calculate the slope from algebra, but we'll go over it again. So the slope is calculated by doing rise over run, which is the same as figuring out how much it goes up by how much it goes over. Okay? Or it could be how much it goes down by how much it goes over. So let's say, for instance, you have this graph. The first thing that you want to do is identify where the points are on the graph. So for our graph, we have a point here and a point here. Because we're calculating rise over run, let's look at this point first. So we want to see how much did we go up to get to the next point. So let's count it out. We went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces. So 12 will go at the top of our fraction. Now we have to calculate the run. So we have to see how much we go over. So in this case, we went over 1, 2, 3 spaces to get to the next point. So in your calculator, you would reduce this. You would put in your calculator 12 divided by 3, and you would get that it has a slope of 4. Please keep in mind that our slopes can sometimes be negative. A negative slope simply tells us what direction our line is going on the graph. So if on my graph, my line is going up on this angle, I have a positive slope. However, if I have a slope that's going this angle, then I have a negative slope. So let's try to find the slope of this graph. Remember that slope is rise over run. So how much did we go up? How much did we rise? Let's make sure that we're all starting from the lowest point on the graph, okay? The lowest point that we can see on the graph. So if we're trying to figure out how much we go up, go ahead and count that out. The number you should have gotten is a positive 4. Now we have to calculate the run, so we have to see how much we go over. Please note that we're going to the left, so that means that we're going to have a negative number in there. So we went over -2. The reason why it's a -2 is because we're looking at the direction that we went in. So please note that we went in a positive direction when we went up for the top number, but when we went to the left, we went in the negative direction. So that's why our bottom number is a -2. So go ahead and put that information into your calculator. If you do a if you do a 4 divided by a -2, you will end up with a slope of -2. Think back to what I said. Remember, I said if it is going in this direction, your slope is negative. If you got a negative slope, that means you did it correctly.